Philippine mythology. Bathala. According to the indigenous religious beliefs of the Tagalog people, Bathala is the supreme deity who created the universe. A descriptive honorific is often attached to his name, describing him as the creator, or actor of creation, and as the Almighty, or actor of power. It was after the arrival of the Spanish missionaries on the Philippines in the 16th century that Bathala came to be identified as the Christian god, Amanakabal. He is the god of sea and hunt in Philippine mythology. He lives in a mysterious town called Unspoken Water with other forgotten ocean deities. Amanakabal belongs to a race of ancient and inconceivably powerful beings known as old gods. It possesses almost unlimited powers, cosmic awareness ability, and immortality. Indigenous, the goddess of labor and good deeds. She is one of the servants of Bathala who lives in the sky. In some accounts, as pre-colonial Tagalog deities had fluid genders, she was also known as a female deity of animal husbandry, and a male deity of agriculture. She is also regarded as a deity of craftsmanship. And she married another god named Dumangan. Dumangan is a god of good harvests. He is the reason for the good harvest of rice, and is the husband of Indigenous, the goddess of labor and good deeds. And both live in the sky. Mayari. She was one of the three daughters of the supreme god Bathala by a mortal woman. Mayari is usually depicted as a beautiful young maiden, a lone goddess of the moon, and she is also the goddess of revolutions, and right to equal rule. She is also the goddess of combat, war, revolution, hunt, weaponry, beauty, strength, moon and night. She is known as the most beautiful deity in Bathala's court. Hanan is the goddess of the morning and the new beginning. She is also the Filipino goddess of the new year. Hanan or Anna is the daughter of Bathala, and sister of Mayari and Tala, who are all of them a demigod from a mortal mother who died after giving birth to the three goddesses. She is especially important during the entrance of a new age or a new phase in a person's life. People offer her bountiful harvests and prayers during the birth of a child, the womanhood or manhood of a child, the death of a person, entrance of the planting season, beginning of the harvest season, and start of a new annual cycle. Tala, the goddess of star. She is one of the three daughters of Bathala to a mortal woman. Her sisters include Mayari, the goddess of the moon, and Hanan, the goddess of morning. She is known to have supported the creation of the Tagalog traditional constellations. Tala used light spheres or orbs to ferry men to safety at night. Apalaki, the god of the sun and war. He is the son of Bathala. Apalaki was also the patron of warriors and fighters. The name Apalaki means giant lord in Filipino. Apalaki is a god of the Tagalogs and the Pangasinan. Ikapati, goddess of cultivated land. She was the most understanding and kind among the deities of Bathala. Her gift to man was agriculture. As the benevolent giver of food and prosperity, she was respected and loved by the people. Ikapati was said to have married Mapulan, god of seasons. They had a daughter named Anagole, who became the goddess of lost things. Anatuntabu, the goddess of wind, lightning, and rain. Anatuntabu is also called Anatuntuho in Zambales. She is the daughter of Dumangan and Indigenous and sister of Dumakulam. She had the ability to manipulate the weather, most notably creating wind, lightning and rain. Anagole. She is known as the goddess of lost things. She is the mother of the god of the sun Apalaki. Anagole is the only offspring of Laikapati, the goddess of fertility, and Mapulan, god of the seasons. Mangkukulam, the god of fire. He was to emit fire at night and when there was bad weather. He could change his form to that of a healer, and then induce fire at his victim's house. If the fire were extinguished immediately, the victim would eventually die. His name remains today as Witch. Mapulan, the god of seasons. He also sometimes associated as a deity of good health and medicine. Mapulan is known as the second kindest deity. He manipulates seasons to let the crops and herbal medicine grow and consumable for the mankind. Mapulan is Laikapati's husband. Galongkaluluwa, wandering spirit, a winged god who loves to fly and travel. He is a close friend of the god Bathala. Dumakulam, a god of hunting and the strong agile guardian of created mountains. He is the son of Dumangan and Indigenous and brother of Anatuntabu. He later married the goddess Anagole. He aids people who get lost in the mountains. He hates people who destroys the mountains, forests and wildlife. Mangagawe, the goddess of sickness and disease, poses as a healer and inflicts terror by inducing maladies instead, one of Satan's helper. Satan, god of the afterlife, guardian of the realm of the spirits, he has 4 follower gods: Mangagawe, Manasalat, Mangkukulam, Tacloban, Diane Masalanta, the goddess of love, conception, and childbirth, and the protector of lovers. She was in good relations with Lake Kapati, who presided over the fertility of mankind. She was the daughter of Anagole and Dumakulam and youngest of all the deities. She thinks good of the world. As a goddess of peace, she tries to keep earthquakes, storms, and destruction away. Many say that Diane Masalanta is an incarnation of Maria Makiling, a deity in pre-colonial Luzon in the Philippines, orphan spirit. It is a serpent god, and was taken in by the god of the underworld. He wanted the earth and the rest of the universe for himself. Therefore he decided to fight Bathala. After days of non-stop battle, Bathala became the last man standing. His lifeless body was subsequently burned. A few years later, Bathala and Galong Kaluluwa met. The two became friends. But the life of Galong Kaluluwa was cut short by an illness. Upon his friend's request, Bathala buried the body at exactly the same spot where orphan spirit was previously burned. Soon, a mysterious tree grew from the grave. Its fruit and wing-like leaves reminded Bathala of his departed friend, while the hard unattractive trunk had the same qualities as the evil orphan spirit. The tree, as it turned out, is the tree of life we greatly value today, the coconut tree. Lakam Bakud, Lakan Danum, and Lakam Bini. Lakan Bakud was the lord of fences, a protector of crops powerful enough to keep animals out of farmlands. Lakan Danum was known as the water god, depicted as a serpent-like mermaid, Naga. Lakam Bini as a minor deity was invoked by our ancestors to treat throat ailments. Aman Sinaya. She is the god of the sea, fishing, and seafaring. Tacloban, goddess of death. Taclob means enchantment, normally in the appearance of a crone or hag. One of Satan's helper.